Also, there's an easier way for retiming in Resolve if you want to change your speed over time. If I right click on the clip, I have the option to activate retime curve. If I click it, now I have this curve that controls my time changes. So this curve controls the speed. Note that I have the retime controls shown here. If they're not showing, just right click and go to retime controls. Now, for example, if I select any point and I click this icon, I just created a new point. Let's come to this point, for example, and click again, and now we have 2 points. Notice what will happen to the retime controls once I move these points. I can compress time or stretch it in any direction I want. So for example, if I bring this point down, notice that in this segment, we have yellow arrows, which means that new frames will have to be created for this segment. Or I can actually compress it further and reduce the speed on the right here. You can see the speed of every section written down here. Now the real power is that when I select a point and I click on this controller, now I can control the smoothness of this point. So how smooth the speed transition happens. Because one of the main issues you're going to run into is that the change in speed from one section to the next, by standard, happens abruptly. So for example, we go from 100% to like 500% without any transition in between. So through this controller here, I can control the transition. So for example, take a look at the difference between these two sections. I'll place the playhead here in play, and the change in speed happened very fast. However, I'll click this point, click the controller here, and make the transition smooth. And now when I play back, notice that there was a speed ramp, so the change in speed happened smoothly. It's true that we have different speeds at these sections, but now there will be a transition between these sections because we added a smooth curve. So notice how the speed changes over time here and how smooth the changes are happening.